Are you looking for a new enemies to lovers? Well, friends to enemies to friends to lovers ship? Because if you are, do I have the ship for you? Let me introduce to you Lilly and Candace. Bit of backstory, Lilly and Candace are a part of the show Astrid and Lilly Save the World. Astrid and Lilly Save the World is a show on Sci-Fi, and just like many other sci-fi shows that you might know, such as Winona Earp, it is the best shit show you're gonna find. It is so dorky. It definitely has Winona Earp feels, it has Lost Girl feels, it has Buffy feels, but even dorkier still, right? So be prepared for the cheese factor to be at 11. Astrid and Lilly are, I guess you would say, not the cool kids of the school, and they have like a mission to try and figure out how to become cool. In the process, they get bullied and picked on a lot. After one party, they're just fed up and they are venting out their frustrations, and in the process open a portal to another dimension, which lets sort of demons into this world. And only Astrid and Lilly can apparently stop them and save the world from being overrun by demons and portals. So that's the premise of Astrid and Lilly. Like I said, very Winona Earp feels. We've got these two girls just heading, like, just fighting demons every episode, right? Like, it's a very funny show. I love it a lot. But of course, we're here to talk about Lilly and Candace. So obviously, as you can tell, Lilly is a part of the two main girls. Now, Candace is a friend, sort of like a lifetime friend, right? So they were friends when they were little, then they had this falling out. So, Candace's mum is very religious, and Lily's two mums are obviously gay and are partners. And Candace's mum essentially forces Candace to stop being friends with Lilly because of Lily's mums.
We would just prefer if Candace played with friends who share our values. You and your family don't really fit in.
So there was that whole sort of divide growing up, going into high school and stuff like that. So Lilly and Candace went from being friends to enemies, because while it wasn't necessarily Candace's fault that they stopped being friends, it was Candace's mum. Just a lot of like pent up feelings and frustrations and angers that just keep on bubbling as years go by, and it just kind of gets muddled, and so they turn into enemies.
You tell me. You're the creeper stalking everyone around town, right?
Right. Cool. Have a nice life.
Oh, sorry, no offense.
We start off the series seeing them be enemies and sort of setting that up. Lilly mentions, you know, that they used to be friends, but they're clearly not anymore.
Ever since you got cool and I got fat, we haven't exactly been buddies.
It's not like you've given me the time of day since Astrid came to town.
What I do like about this couple, about this ship, is very early on in the season do we see Candace actively try to make a change into not being so hurtful, so it's like such a bully and like a mean girl. I do enjoy that we see that change very early on in the season, and it's not like they get together and then she starts to change. But yeah, so very early on in the season, it's brought up to, I guess, Candace's attention that she's mean to Lilly, and she's like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to be mean to Lilly. So she stops, and she does make attempts to be friendly and cordial and get closer to Lilly again. We do see like this rift though, because Astrid and Lilly are obviously best friends at the minute. And Lilly has obviously vented her frustrations about Candace to Astrid. And so Astrid only really knows the bad side of Candace and is not really aware of Candace trying to make an effort. And so throughout the season, Astrid is still very much against Candace and very like rude to her.
Is there a category for most likely to be voted off the island? Because you'd be on luck.
Which in her mind, she's just looking out for Lilly, right? But it's a bit of a messy situation. Anyway, so Candace is trying to make an effort throughout the season, and they have lingering looks throughout the season, right? And I'm so here for it. Candace does have a boyfriend at the start of the season, but she ends up breaking up with him because she just doesn't feel like they're a fit. He doesn't pay attention to her the way like she pays attention to him. She's just not into it, right? So she breaks it off with him. And we can see throughout the season, like it feels like Candace is kind of like crushing on Lily from the get-go. Like, that's my impression, right? Like, I feel like Candace has had a crush on Lily for a while and has potentially been venting that out in her mean girl ways, but now is obviously trying to, change her behavior. I feel like Lily, though, starts to develop a crush throughout the season, whereas I think Candace has been crushing on her for quite a while, but I don't think Lily really recognized that. I think her crush has been developing over the season, which has been so cute to see, because like at the start, obviously she's very dismissive of Candace because she's been so mean to her, and then over time has just like, I don't know, felt that draw back to her, and is just like, I don't know, her looks start to linger longer, and she gets these like cute little smiles when she's around. Oh, it's so cute. And I feel like Candace has always had those lingering looks, like since the get-go. She's tried to hide them under a mean girl facade, but I think she's had them from the get-go. Anyway, so Candace has obviously have like at-home issues. Her mum is a bit cray-cray. She's got a storyline going on with a demon at the minute, but like she's very religious and is very homophobic, as was clearly demonstrated with her telling Candace to stop being friends with Lily when they were children because of Lily's parents. And I think, that's some demons that Candace has been struggling with her sexuality, and obviously how that fits in with her religion and how that fits in with her family situation. And yeah, I think that's definitely a struggle that she's been going through. But this most recent episode, it all sort of comes to a point. We have Lily actually coming out to Astrid in this episode. She doesn't tell her who her crush is, but she comes out as, that she is crushing on a girl. And I love that Astrid is like super supportive of that. Really, really sweet.
Have you been holding out on me? Are you crushing on a special lady friend? Oh my god, do I know her? No.
Obviously, there's still going to be some tension, I feel like, once Astrid finds out that Candace is who Lily is crushing on. So, interested to see how that plays out. But yeah, it was good to see Lily acknowledge a crush for Candace, right? And then we have Candace just being like, screw it. When they're having a conversation, she's like, screw it. And she kisses Lily. Oh! I just love them. I love these two so much.
Screw it.
And so Candace initiates the first kiss, and then she like pulls back and holds to see what the reception's like. And Lily goes in for the second kiss, okay? Oh, I love them so much. And then obviously Lily got pulled away for her demon killing duties. And they have this cute moment at the end of the episode where Lily's like, it looks like a little defeated, right? She's she runs into Candace again. She's like, let me guess, it was a mistake, blah, blah, blah. She's fully expecting Candace to just like pull away and like get rejected by her, right? And Candace is like, no, I wanted to say goodnight.
Let me guess. You want to forget what happened. You weren't yourself. It was a big mistake.
It's okay. No, I wanted to say goodnight.
I love this so much, can you tell? And Candace goes to go in for like a goodnight kiss, but then Astrid shows up and is like mean to her and like shoos her away. And I'm like, Astrid, girl, I love you, but if you keep being addicted to Candace, we're gonna have some issues, okay? We're gonna have some issues.
Yo, jerk face. Go ruin someone else's night.
So that's where we're at with Candace and Lily. They just shared their first kiss in the most recent episode, which was episode 7, I believe. So obviously you guys need to be catching up on Astrid and Lily Saves the World if you haven't already, because I'm really, really curious to see how Candace and Lily's storyline play out through the rest of the season. There's so many things that I like about this show. Like, as cheesy as it is, it's really well written in the storylines that they're not trying to be cheesy. Like, they're very clearly trying to be very cheesy with the demon slaying storylines and stuff like that. But when we come to like these these storylines, like the relationships, the sexuality, or these like serious storylines, they do them so well, I feel like. Like, obviously I've talked about a few other aspects of it that I really enjoy. But like, one of the things that I really enjoyed from this last episode was that they acknowledged in that episode that Candace is not gonna like pull away and is not gonna freak out. Lily isn't, because I mean, she was the one that was afraid Candace was going to do that. So they've kind of acknowledged that really early on. And so it leaves me hopeful that we're going to have a bit more fleshed out storyline from them in the coming episodes until the season finale. So I don't know. I'm really excited for this storyline because the show has been doing it so well so far. Obviously, we do have a lot of potential issues, conflicts to come up in the coming episodes. We obviously have this Astrid conflict that she's very mean and hostile towards Candace. So we'll see how that plays out. We obviously still have Candace's mum's weird demon homophobic storyline to play out, see how that plays out. I'm not sure if Candace's mum is actually going to find out about Candace and Lily, or Candace's sexuality. I'm not sure if they're going to dive into that this season, because they already have like this sort of big storyline plot with her this season. Like, she's sort of a part of the big bad of the season. So I don't know if it's going to be too much of trying to play both of those storylines, but we will see. I'm really excited to see what they're going to give us for the rest of the season. So, like I said, if you haven't already, go check out Astrid and Lily Saves the World, catch up, and then fangirl with me. Like, go chat to me on Twitter about it, because, like, I don't know. I don't know many people that are watching it, and I need to fangirl with people on it. So my Twitter's in my description if you want to go check that out. Also, if you're looking for another cute couple, I recently did a video on a short story, Heart Shot, which is about this college girl that falls in love with this female assassin. Drama ensues. It's a good time, I tell you. Go check out that video right here. But other than that, I will see you all in my next video. Okay, bye.